Hey everyone, how you doing? So just out and about walking around, and I read an interesting article on CNBC. I think it was actually last night that I wanted to talk about today, and that is that they're estimating that there's going to be 5,000 new millionaires created in the Silicon Valley. The long story short is there's, I don't know, 6 or 7 companies like Uber and others that are just on the cusp of going public. And again, how these tech companies work, if you don't know, they basically give out stock to employees. They do that every year or so, or with promotions and hiring and all of that, with the goal of being, hey, when we go public, in 6 months or a year, whatever their handcuffs are, that equity will be worth something. And again, there's 6 or 7 big companies based in the Valley that are just about to go public. Again, if you believe the calendar. And they're saying there's going to be 5,000 new millionaires created. So I thought that was interesting because, again, I've been in the Valley, Silicon Valley, my whole life. I remember when Netscape went public and, all these other tech companies and all these instant millionaires. So I was left with a question. What are these new millionaires going to do? And I really came back with 3 answers, and I'd be curious to hear what you have to say. So the first one is they're going to immediately do what I call speculate and jump into the San Francisco housing market, right? The San Francisco housing market, in my opinion, is overpriced. However, when you're suddenly flush with cash, you can overpay, and you can overpay to a good penny if you want, because you have the cash. So you could pay cash for something and get in a bidding war and just outbid someone. So I think that's going to be interesting, right? How many of these, 5,000 folks are going to speculate, just have to have some Silicon Valley real estate to live in? And, maybe the Silicon Valley real estate market's going to get crazy again. I think it's overpriced today. But again, 5,000 new millionaires, and, I don't know how many listings are at any one time, but you could easily see a situation where bidding wars come back into place for certain properties. To me, that's speculating, but I see that as certainly an option. Another one could be, kind of either or. You're going to go spend like it's crazy, right? Like you're a sailor on leave and go buy the toys, right? You're going to go buy the nice cars, a second car, vacation home, whatever, right? That could be an option. Kind of the reverse of that is maybe you just keep it in cash, right? You sell the stock, keep it in cash, get conservative, wait for something. I don't know, right? That could be that one. And then there's another option, which I hope some of them do, right? The ability to work for a tech company that ultimately goes through IPO. It's pretty hard. It's pretty rare. The grind that you go through and the stress and all of that, I can only imagine. So for most people, it's going to be a once in a lifetime thing. So I'm wondering who's going to take that opportunity, invest it in things that will change their future. And obviously, if you watch this channel, that's rental properties, right? How many of them are going to take their 6, 7 figures, buy some rental properties, put them in work, and then be able to retire in 5 or 6 years or 10 years, or depending on how many they have. So that's what I'm wondering. I'm curious what you think might happen, right? 5,000 new millionaires rushing into the San Francisco housing market. I can only see price increases. I think the other, another scenario is either you spend like crazy because you have the cash, or you save. There's that situation. But then there will be a few, maybe a couple of dozen, maybe 50, who choose to invest and really set their future up. So just curious where you think people will be. All right, have a great day and take care.